We're back. Welcome back to episode 5 of the Barefaced Truth podcast. I am your host, Devin.
And I'm Kissy with the weird laugh.
And today I have a list of things for our resident skin guru. I've been searching the internet, looking for different misconceptions and different, I don't want to say hot takes, but different takes that people have in regard to the skincare industry, med spas in particular, that type of stuff. And I want to run it by our resident skin guru and just kind of get the facts about everything.
And I think that when I was looking through some of the questions and we were going through them, it's a lot of questions that people ask too. So either prior to coming in or at consultations. So I think they're kind of cool. I'm a little excited about this. So
I'm excited to test you.
All right, let me put my eyes on because they're old.
All right, so the first one that I found I do want to talk about is the misconception is only rich people go to med spas.
Do you want to take your take on that?
Yeah, my take I'm a little biased because I'm the kissy face Nepo baby, but outside of that, I am very outside of the skincare med spa industry. My go-to, if I wasn't involved in this, I would say, that's all luxury stuff, it's all extra,
Yeah. And this is really close and near to my heart. And I say this in consultations sometimes, depending on what kind of consultation I'm doing, people think that, this industry, they're walking in with furs and, darling and money, in their hand and coming out of their purses. And every now and then, if you're lucky, you get somebody like that in your office. No, that money isn't an object and they're here to do whatever, and that's rare. That's maybe 0.5% of who walks in the door. Who walks in the door are everyday people, paycheck to paycheck, trying to figure out how they can afford to do something to fix something. And that's really where I find it is, I had clients in the past who saved their change all year long in the back of their closet. She comes in for 2 weeks in November while her husband is deer hunting, and she spends that money. I have, patients who don't buy $50 worth of groceries every week and they save up that $50. So they're always trying to figure out a way to fix something. And that's probably the number one reason why I chose to open my med spa was the education, period, because I think we've talked about that in other episodes, that there's no education. And 2, I wanted a place that people could afford. I really did.
And I think you nailed it, honestly, with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like in the front, I guess the first place my brain goes to when I think about med spa is it's all, aesthetics, it's all extra. I just want to be plump and glowy, but I like that you're mentioning these people come in to fix something.
Yeah.
And
whether it's brown spots on their face or acne or hair that grows, or they've lost a lot of weight and they don't like the way the bottom of their face looks, or as we older and we start to lose volume and we get bags under our eyes, or we start to see fine lines and that, we're here to fix. And that's a majority of the people that are walking through the door, really, is everyday paycheck to paycheck people trying to figure out where they can get money to fix, and they will find a way.
Yeah.
Seriously find a way. I get it. When I want a pair of new shoes, I find a way, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So
even if you had to make a small sacrifice.
I know,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't buy something off Amazon for 3 weeks so I can purchase Amazon shoes. No,
Yeah, right. I love that.
So yes, it's every day. It's rare that we have rich people walking in the door, really.
And I think that's just, overall, I feel like the biggest misconception with med spas is it's for the rich and famous, it's for the luxury, obviously, if you want to come and get a nice pampered facial,
Absolutely.
Absolutely they have that.
And we do have that side. I have both sides, you know what I mean? But even facials can fix. It's not just.
Sorry, I think I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I have no idea.
Okay. So even, you can come in and do that. But even facials fix things. So we can help with acne and peach fuzz and blah, 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 blah. So most of the time, we do a birthday facial because we're like, come in and pamper yourself for your birthday facial. That's all about love and rub. But we have facials tailored to fixing. So, yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Perfect.
All right. I'm just going to go straight down the list. This is one that I know we've kind of been bringing up every now and then to talk about on an episode. So this misconception, I feel like is very common. I hear it. Med spas are only for women and men don't or won't get treatments.
So my journey is I've been in the industry now almost 13 years. I keep saying 11 and 12, but it's almost really 13 years. And in the beginning, it was rare to see a man walk in. They might come in with their wives and sit in the waiting room and they're super embarrassed, but they were coming in for like tattoo removal, laser hair removal, and that's it. That's it. But as, time has evolved and, I feel like social media and things like that, we're starting to see men come in for anti-aging treatments or facials, which is super cool. Yes, the majority of the people walking in my doors is women. But a lot of times they'll start bringing their men in, so like to get a facial, I have men that do anti-aging treatments, but I also have men come in for like acne scarring and brown spots and things like that. So, and I think I've told the story a few times probably, so sorry if you've heard it, but I created the men's moisturizer, because my husband's using it all, and men don't scoop. Or men scoop, they don't die, and so I was like, stay out of mine, here's yours, and if you follow me personally on social media, I actually did a post about he left his skincare on there, and I did his and mine. I thought that was kind of a neat thing, like he's doing skincare. So yes, I think it's a lot of social media and word gets out, or a wife come in and they have like an aqua facial, and they're like, my husband would love this, and it's funny, because they're all nervous and they don't want to make eye contact and they're all, and you get them in and that first cleanse, they're like, oh, yeah. And you just had one.
Yeah, I had one, 2 days ago?
Yeah.
So nice. The aquafacial is my favorite thing. I also had nano needling. So I can speak as a man who is getting treatments. Obviously, I'm very biased. But I feel like, there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. It's just your face, it's just your skin. There's nothing like girly or emasculating about it.
I had a man that comes in, he comes in once a month on a Saturday, and I just did his facial today. And it's all about exfoliation and learning, and every time he goes home with a different products that we're adding. We really talked about sunscreen today. And I just find that just, yes, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that the conversation about skincare and just like self-care in general is being had, and it's it's not feminine to buy a skincare product.
We're, like I said, we're more heavy. It's like 95% women and 5% men. I would love to see more of that, and hopefully as time goes, and we're trying, like we did a dad facial for Father's Day, and we're trying to gear to bring more men in, but yeah, I think so.
All right, moving right down the list. This is one that I found, and this is actually a misconception that I commonly have. More so when I was like starting my skincare journey, like as a teenager and stuff. So the take is, if a skincare product burns or tingles, that means it's working.
But I don't want to say never, because like niacinamide might have a little tingle to it. Yeah. So it depends on what the product is, But, I feel like in this industry, like the older generation was like, if it doesn't hurt, it's not working.
Like beauty is pain.
Yeah. And that's like through it all. And it's not about that. It's about being gentle to your skin, especially with products and adding, I don't want it to burn or tingle. Like I said, niacinamide, yes, but about everything else, I don't want that to happen. Sometimes glycolic or salicylic can have a little tingle to it, but you want it to tingle and kind of go. You don't want it to tingle and stay and build and build and build and build. Like, no, especially in skincare, you want it to be gentle, You want to like tap that in very very slowly, but you don't want it to. There's just that concept. Pain isn't, or pain, beauty is pain.
Yeah.
Beauty is pain, and I think we have something to talk about in a little bit about lasers and that concept. And it's not. It's not it. You want to be very gentle with your skin. So
yeah, and since I've started my actual skincare journey that I've been talking about the past couple of episodes, I realized like it really is just nice to be gentler to your skin. Like I realized even my go-to before like learning to properly dot, to put all my serums and stuff on, even the fact of like just rubbing gently, like I realized I'm very just heavy-handed, it's like, oh, it's just my skin, I really want to get it in there.
And that's why they say use your ring finger to put your eye cream on.
Ooh,
because
okay.
it's not your dominant, so you'll be lighter. And then you want to just tap in. I might do little circles and give myself a little eye massage. But you don't want that heavy-handed. And people think, like, I need to exfoliate my skin every single night. No. No, you only want to exfoliate 1 or 2 times a week. That's it. You don't need to do that. So
yeah. Because, I feel like at that point you're just stripping your skin.
And more isn't better. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that whole concept is so hard. But once people get it and that light bulb goes off, I'm like, yes. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking.
Yes. And I can attest that I had my light bulb moment a little bit ago. It's like, okay,
or those whole people that, like, scoop and then they're like, print. And I'm like, no, you do not need, especially if it's medical grade and it needs to be medical grade. And I say this every single, no matter what segment we're doing,
we do.
Medical grade skincare is the only thing that's going to fix. Over the counter might help boost here or there, but it's not fixing. At the end of the day, it's not fixing. So, and then to do all of that, then all your product gets here. A lot of people, if you like start paying attention, you'll notice like they're super red or peely here because all that product is here. So if you just dot and connect the dots, 1, you use less.
Yeah.
2, it's spread evenly all over. So.
Yeah. And I noticed a difference because I used to absolutely scoop and just right here, and then would just use whatever was left over, for the rest of my face. But now I do just my
then
little.
Then all these pores got clogged. Some people get milia, and we'll talk about that. Those little white hard things that don't look like pimples, but you can't because it's all clogged because all your product is here. So stop.
I have one of those somewhere. That's what that is? It's like right here.
It's like clogged from, it's built up usually of something.
Crazy. Probably me scooping.
Stop
and
scooping.
All of my crazy random store bought skincare over the years, my dollar sheet face masks and the salicylic acid phase. Oh man.
So you're marking off the ones that you have asked me? You can use my rainbow pen.
I'll give it back. Oh, it sheds.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's probably why I have sparkles on my face all the time.
So on the topic of, skincare, burning and tingling, beauty is pain. Another misconception I got, and you did foreshadow this, of the treatments. When it comes to treatments, the take is if a treatment doesn't hurt, it's not strong enough to work.
That's such an old thinking concept. Like when I first got into lasers, and way before my time of lasers, it was if it hurt. Like it hurt, and technology just keeps getting better. It's kind of like computers. Every year something's coming out that's better and better and better and better. And I always talk about thermage, and we're not going to go into it. It's a laser that tightens, like up off the table. You really need to do it. If you want tightening, do a thermage, FLX.
Instantaneously?
Instant, 15% tightening up off the table, another up to 35% tightening over the next 3 months. And that's its job. It just tightens. It's awesome. It's awesome. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But when I first came in the industry, the place I worked had one. Didn't know what it was. I knew if I saw that on the schedule, you would hear screaming down the hallway, literally. It was so hot. It was so hot because you have to get collagen up to 40 to 42 degrees Celsius to stimulate collagen. So it was either snappy or hot or burn, whatever. And so I have a Thermage FLX, and it's the 4th generation. So now it doesn't hurt at all. There's no pain at all. People sleep through it. There's no downtime. There's just nothing. And so the people that has had it come in and they're like, is this working? Because I feel absolutely nothing. But when I get them up and they see those results, yeah, they're like, give it to me again. But you know, even with like microneedling, people think they need to be red and bleedy, and I say that can happen, but most of the time it's not. Some people walk out like I gave them a facial. Literally, I did one on Michelle, actually, my office manager yesterday. She left like I gave her a facial, but then she texted me that night and said, oh my gosh, and she was red. And today she showed up for work and it was pink. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to hurt to work. That's not it. You know, people are so instant right now. People don't want the downtime.
Right.
You know, I've worked with profractional and lasers and nobody knows, but that looked like you put your face through a screen. Like it was bloody and you were nasty and drippy and ooey and gooey for days. And you stayed red for weeks and then you stayed pink for weeks after that. The results at the end for most people were amazing. We don't want that. We're so used to this texting and somebody instantly, you know, or picking up the phone and saying, I want this, and Amazon can have it on your porch 5 hours later.
Exactly, yeah. We just have this society of like the instant gratification.
So people don't want that. They don't have time for downtime.
Yeah.
They have to go to the gym. They have to go to work. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of lasers as the technology is coming out that you're still getting those wow factors with no downtime. Not saying you won't have downtime ever. Everybody's different, but nowadays, no, it doesn't need to burn or hurt, or you have to hide away from some people for 2 weeks. That's not how it works anymore.
Let's move on. This next misconception is one that I personally have. And I have to remind myself every single time before I get a treatment, and I've even texted you a few times before a treatment. So the misconception is you should stop using your skincare routine a few days before a treatment so your skin is clean.
So, no, on most of your products. There's some products that you need to stop. Retinol, please stop at least, some people say up to a week before treatment. I say at least 3 to 4 days. It just depends on what kind of retinol you're using. If it's prescription from your dermatologist, your doctor, at least 7 to 10 days, because that can be so harsh. So if you're getting it over the counter and going to Marshall's or wherever and get it, please stop. First, don't use it. I keep saying that, but please stop it at 7 to 10 days because it's full of alcohol and fillers and who knows what's in there. Medical grade, I know what's in it, and especially, you know, I know the brand you're using, you know, whether it's mine or another big brand that you're using. You know, 3 to 4 days, stop, you know. So I may tell, you know, it just depends on the person. It may be some niacinamide, it may be vitamin C, you know, but usually it's just mainly retinol is what you want to use. Or stop before. If you're on Accutane, and some people don't know what that is a prescription that you get at your doctor's or dermatology for acne. You can't do anything for 6 months after you stop it. So it's very important, those consultations and talking and being very honest when you come in, because we don't want to hurt you. You know, so, but then like depending on what you're having, some facials you can, you know, not most all facials, you can go right back to using maybe not retinol for 3 or 4 days after, so stop for a week and be done. And then just add that back in. But with lasers, there's some I'm like no vitamin C, no glycolic, no salicylic, no retinol for 3 to 4 days or 7 days after, and I write that all down. So, but you don't have to stop everything prior to coming in, you know. We love it when you come in clean faced, you know, and we get it. People go to work and they wear makeup or whatever, but all people come in at 9 o'clock in the morning and like, is there anything on your face? I still had to put my moisturizer on. And I'm like, you're literally driving from your house to here. But I get it. You feel like a dried prune, you know, I can understand that, but yeah.
So that's good to know. That's good for me to know too. So yeah, I mean, obviously depends on what you're using, and then I'm assuming it depends on what treatment you're getting too.
Absolutely. That's what consultations are for. So.
Or you can do what I like to do, and I just ask when I'm getting my treatment.
Don't do that.
Just the
But
other
that
day.
happens like 90% of the time. So yeah.
Yeah.
Or as they're filling out their consent forms, they're like, oh my God, I just did retinol last night. And there's sometimes we can go, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You know, it's mostly for those people that are putting it on like this and it's prescription and they're red and flaky because really if it is a medical grade, it works just like a prescription without the red, flaky, and peeling. So.
Cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I will probably still be asking you before treatments because I just can't get it through my head. All right. This is one that I want to introduce, but I do want to save this for another episode. So the misconception, because I'm bringing this up because I get this all the time. I get questions, I get comments and things like that from just people out in public.
Because I own my business or I work here? Is it that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And it's because of like, oh, hey, your mom owns a med spa. And I get asked about Botox. I get asked about fillers and pricing and how it works and things like that all the time. Basically, it starts with, hey, does your mom do Botox? And it's like, she doesn't, but you offer it, you know? And so then it goes from there. But I know absolutely nothing about it. I feel like even people that aren't really into skincare and things like that, they know what Botox is. They know what fillers are, you know, the Mar-a-Lago face, all of that stuff. So the misconception is Botox and filler are the same thing.
Absolutely not. Do totally different things. So Botox is the name brand, okay? So you'll hear Dysport, and there's so many other, Xeomin, there's so many different ones. At the end of the day, it's kind of like Jiffy peanut butter and Meyer brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but people know what Botox is, you know?
Yep.
So Botox stops movement. So, and we can go in a whole episode, but Botox lasts 3 to 4 months. That's about it.
Okay.
So you have to keep doing it. And I tell people, if you're going to do it, please commit to the first year. You train your muscles to stay. So they'll stay, hold a little longer. So you're going to use less and less, you know?
Interesting.
So, but it stops movement. So when you smile and you get those lines here, it helps those go away. I like to tell this story, like if I get them. So around my birthday, I was feeling old.
As
Felt
one
like
does.
I need a little pick-me-up. It was the first time in a long time because usually I'm grateful that I'm having a birthday because there's a time in my life I didn't know, you know, when you get that cancer diagnosis, like, are you going to live or not, you know? So I was always grateful. This year hit me a little hard. 54 hit me a little hard. And I'm like, I feel like I'm so old. And I just started picking my whole face apart, which I tell my clients not to do, but I do. And so I get it done. So it can take 7 to 14 days to kick in. So I literally opened my eyes and I could feel the tightness in my forehead. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's like new persona.
Yes. Woo. So I could just feel that. But so it stops the movement. But you don't have to be plastic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can talk with your injector and talk to them. You know, for me, when I do it, I still want to make that mean face. You know, my husband deserves that face, or my kids deserve that face. Like you need to know I'm not happy with you, and I want to look, you know, surprised. I want to have some emotion and movement, so you don't have to look plastic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you don't talk to your injector, but it stops movement.
Okay.
So you usually want to do it here. Now that you're doing it in the jawline and the neck, and you know, sometimes I'll get it because I have these deep. I don't like these.
Excuse me.
So I always want to do this there.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll get one here and one here, and that helps with that. Sometimes I'll do one here and there to help tighten it a little bit, to help with the way my under eyes oldness looks, that crepey skin. So it stops. Filler fills.
Makes sense.
So a lot of people will do under their eyes to give them more plumpness because we're losing that volume. So I don't do filler very often at all, and it will be years and years and years sometimes. You know, I think the last time I did filler in between was 4 years, so it was a long time.
Okay.
But nowadays they can use it to like put little here, and that's almost like little tacks. So it like will
Interesting.
tighten and pull, so it just kind of holds. Some
Okay.
people need those little cheeks put back in to fill that volume. So it gives you volume. It fills.
Okay.
You know, like I've worked in derm for a total of 16 years, and both sides did both places I worked did Botox and fillers, but some people had big like acne devits, and they would just fill that, or like from a pot mark from what is it, chicken pox or something, and just kind of fill that in. It fills. So
That
it's
makes sense.
totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah.
there is a huge difference.
Yeah, and that's something that, like, I mean, personally, I haven't really thought about. And, like, obviously, like, you know, I would assume there was a difference, but I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
But, and I feel like that is kind of the big consensus, I'm speaking for the masses, of, like, the people that aren't looking into Botox and filler and are not interested in getting it, I feel like that is the misconception. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, it's
And
just,
a lot of my clients, they don't know the difference.
yeah,
They're really talking about filler and they're saying Botox.
yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's really filler. So do I do it? No. Like, do I give it? No. My med director comes in and he's here every 2 or 3 months and he does it. But I've been in the industry so long and been around it and helped, you know, in rooms and document and see different ways to that it can be done. So, yeah.
We'll have to divulge.
I always say
in
drink the
our own episode.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Jump in and get some done.
I love it. Yeah, we will save a deep dive for its own episode
Absolutely.
because I feel like there is a lot to go into it.
Yeah.
So, cool. Let's move right along. Alrighty, this I do want to talk about in the same vein as Botox and filler because something you said kind of sparked it too. One of the, I wouldn't say misconception, this is just kind of like a take I found on the internet. I want you to answer.
Okay.
The take is Botox changes your personality.
Oh, yeah. And I talk about this with my clientele. And I kind of said that when I open my eyes and I can feel that tightness, I'm like, oh, yeah.
You get like activated.
And
I
I
feel
like jump up and I'm in the mirror and I'm like trying to squint, you know, and there's nothing there. Like right now I'm like, I don't like these lines. They make you make weird faces, like you have to scrunch and you have to go up or whatever and smile and whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, oh yeah. I feel like I'm walking around with my furs and my money. Like I feel like, yes, it does give you that confidence. You see it, you know, and I tell people, you know, when they're asking in consultations about lasers versus fillers and Botox, lasers take a long time to build your collagen.
Okay.
A lot of them, except for Thermage, you're not going to see right up off the table. It's months down and you're seeing it slowly build. We're growing collagen, like growing your flowers. And laser treatments is like putting Miracle-Gro on your flowers or putting Miracle-Gro in your collagen to grow, you know. But fillers and Botox are instant.
Yeah.
Even though you're waiting 7 to 14 days with Botox, filler is instant. You walk in, you walk out, complete filler's there. You might have a little bit of swelling depending on the area, and that's going to help go down. Lips usually swell a whole lot, and people freak out, and that's a whole nother story. But, you know what I mean? Those are instant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to do both. You know, I noticed, like, over the years, I do way less Botox. And filler, like I said, is rare. And when I worked at a derm, like, I was getting it, like, filler can last, you know, up to a year.
Okay.
Now longer. There's like 2 years and 5 years, and there's all kinds of different ones nowadays. And I was doing it like every year. You know, my Botox every 3 to 4. But the more I'm using my skincare and doing treatments, I'm building my own collagen. I can go longer in between. I don't even do filler anymore. Do I want it? Yeah, I want that too.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing wrong with being,
right.
you know.
And I want these bigs, and never mind. That's a whole nother issue. Yeah. But so, for me, yes.
I love it. Yeah.
I'm like, look at
and
me.
I feel like it's the same thing of like getting a nice new haircut or like, you
Yes.
know, like you notice like, oh, like I feel like I'm losing weight. Like, oh, I look good today. I feel like it is that same kind of mindset.
Yeah. And I always tell my clients, like, you don't want anyone to know that you did it. You don't want them to be like, oh my God, look at your lips, or oh my gosh. Like,
Right.
patients get upset because they're like, my husband didn't even notice. And I'm like, well, they don't notice a whole lot anyways. But, my girlfriends didn't notice. You don't want them. You want them looking at you like, did you get good sleep? Like, what?
Right.
Like, looking like, what is different?
Yeah, like.
Also, I always tell my patients this, and it's kind of a neat, I don't even know if you know this. When we look at ourselves in the mirror, or mine is usually in my car mirror, we're looking straight on.
Yeah.
Okay? So this is how we see ourselves.
Yeah, almost like a 2D. Yeah.
But think about when you talk to somebody. You actually like turn your head just a little. It's not all the way, it's just a little. Most people see you this way, not straight on.
Yeah.
Think about that. So you always it's
Yeah,
just
I
a
didn't
tell.
think about that.
Start paying attention. So that's how everyone sees you, is at that just a little bit of angle. They may not notice, unless you have huge lips or whatever, notice the small thing. You don't want people to be like, oh my God, did you do Botox?
Yeah,
No,
I feel like.
you don't want that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
And I feel like it's almost more, for me personally, like it's almost more intriguing to like be
did
subtle
you
about it.
get really good sleep?
Right,
what's
and like have people not be
different?
able to put their finger on it. Like,
That's a good injector. When somebody doesn't know you had it, that's a good injector. But yes, I get the good Kissy out every time it kicks in. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I knew the answer to that question. I just wanted to talk about it. This one is kind of, I just want your take on it. So something, and like we were talking about affordability a lot in this episode and kind of just throughout this entire series. So I do want to kind of touch on that a little bit more. It's something I saw online and it made me curious how you would go about this. So the take is if I can't afford the whole plan or the whole package, I shouldn't start.
So this is a both yes and no.
Okay.
So if somebody comes in and we decide we want to do microneedling for some anti-aging, and that's where we need to go. If you do not do 3, 1 each month for 3 months, you are not going to see results. You're not going to. It's a waste of your money. So it's a commitment. If you're going to commit to that, then you need to commit to that. Period.
Yeah.
So,
Because, the alternative is you're just throwing your money away.
yeah, and then
at that
you're not
point.
going to get results, and then you're telling everyone that I didn't do a good job, and don't do that.
Yeah.
So in the consultations, I am very firm. It's a commitment. It's a job for me, and it's a job for you. I'm committing to making you better. I'm committing to educating you. You're committing to following the rules, period.
Yeah.
Period. So please don't come in and do 1 laser hair removal and then it's not going to work. There is every 4 to 6 weeks and you have to go and bubble, and so on and so on and so on. So that is on that part of it. It is a commitment.
Yeah.
But if people come in and are like, I can't afford that, is there other things they can do? Absolutely. So we can do a monthly facial. A monthly facial is amazing. It's like resetting your skin every single month and really good medical grade skincare. And I'm going to look at you and do this every time I say medical grade skincare because it's true.
Yeah.
Can you just improve with just using medical grade skincare? Absolutely. Absolutely. Your changes are going to be way slower, but you can still change. Every 28 days, those cells are turning over. Lasers are like adding Miracle-Gro to your flowers.
Yeah.
So it just helps even faster.
Sorry.
I think I'm boring because every
No.
time we talk, you
No, I just.
you yawn.
just-
But so it's a yes and no question. If it's on the lasers, it's a commitment. If you can't afford it, that's okay. But let's figure out a different way around it.
Okay.
So
Cool. I like that. And that's kind of what I was curious of, like if you, and I assumed you did, but yeah, like to see like, okay, like, if you can't afford this, like see if there
There's-
were alternatives for
yeah,
you.
we can still get up the hill. Maybe we have to go sideways and down the hill and up over here. We can still get to end point.
Yeah.
How fast do you want to go? And that's that in that consultation episode. Do you want to be my friend or my best friend? How often do you want to come?
Yeah.
If we're going the slow route, I'm going to see you more.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Or some people are like, I don't have time. Like the Thermage for tightening, it's a one and done. Some people are like, I don't have time to see you 3, but then there's maintenance and we can talk about all of that.
Yeah.
But there's different things. But if you're committing to it, you need to commit to it. I don't want you saying that what I did didn't work.
Yeah.
Because it does work.
Yeah. Yep.
You just didn't follow the rules.
Right. As long as you follow through, you'll
Yes.
see results.
That's why I do free consultations. And I block a whole hour. People are like, you take a whole hour with your consultations? I want to make sure you're well educated, that you know exactly what to expect going in.
Yeah, and I feel like it's
a huge commitment.
Yeah. And I feel like there's just so much to talk about too. Like, and I know you said like it's kind of like you're drinking from a fire hose, you know?
Yeah.
Of just like, yeah, it's like, because there's, I'm assuming for every one issue that somebody wants to fix, there's multiple different solutions.
I always say, somebody who's never did any skincare, nothing, and I'm saying, do this, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could be like, do you just want to dip your toes in the pool and do something small, like maybe a facial every month for 3 months and a little bit of skincare, or maybe microneedling instead of Thermage, the big one. Can I be committed to it? Do I want to? Do I want to add skincare?
Yeah.
That's perfectly okay. And usually once the toes are dipped and they start to see, they're like, give me the whole pool, and they want to jump in,
Yep.
But it's okay to do all of that.
Yeah.
It's different for every single person, every single scenario. Like, it's just so multi-level with every single person. There's no script that you use on the same person.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because everyone's coming in with a different collection of experiences and things going on.
I just have to set your expectations to realistic expectations. We have a machine that makes muscles and burns fat, and I tell everybody that comes in, if it gave you washboard abs, I would have them. Hello. If it gave me huge muscles, I'd have them. Hello. Has it helped in the aid of my 77-pound weight loss journey?
Whoa.
Absolutely has helped me.
Yeah.
Tightened my little bat wings, helped with my little stubborn spots on my lower abdomen. Absolutely. You have to have real expectations, and that's what consultations are for.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, do you feel like a lot of your consultation is kind of trying to break that mindset of like instant gratification?
Absolutely. Because like I said, we can revert back. We're such a society of I want it now. If people text me throughout the day, and some people are like, you didn't text me. I'm like, I'm with patients. I didn't even read your text until like 8 o'clock at night.
Right.
I do the same things. My boys and I have a group text, and I text, and I'm like, nobody responded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, yeah, sorry, I just got home at 6:30 today for the first time.
I'm like, how many times did they pick up their phone and they didn't? You know what I mean? But I get that. We're such a, like I said, I ordered Amazon last night and it was on my porch this morning. Hello, yes, thank you.
Right, yeah, and we've just been conditioned to right here, right now.
I don't have to go to the store anymore. I can lay in my bed and shop and so on and so on. I can tell the A-lady to turn lights on now, and yeah, that's great in a way, and it's also bad.
I agree, yeah. Because we are losing, I feel like, that sense of just realistic expectations of just, it's patience.
Now,
we're just losing patience.
I think I want to talk about this for a minute. Filters. Yeah. Am I guilty of using filters sometimes? Absolutely. I look and I'm like, oh my God, look at all those wrinkles.
Who hasn't
but
used
when
filters?
they use huge different filters, and they're doing that a lot on social media, how do you know those are the real results of a treatment?
Yeah.
Yep. I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it sets me up for failure as a provider.
Right, because you in real life, you cannot, no matter what you did, you cannot provide filter results.
No.
Because that's fake.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes my job so much harder.
I can only imagine.
So, that's all I have. Unless you have anything more.
I don't think I have anything else.
I was thinking something I could ask you, but I think we covered a lot.
I think so, yeah. Unless you want to ask me something.
I can't think of anything.
I don't have anything else for you.
My brain is done. I worked all week.
Yeah.
Today's Saturday. I worked today. I always say be careful what you wish for, because it just might come true.
Yeah.
Remember to put stipulations in there, and I'm like, we need to be busy. Where summertime is slow, and we need to get busy. Like, just let me be busy. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even ate my breakfast or lunch yet. It's still sitting on my desk. Like, it's been that all week.
Wait, I had some asterisks to add to
I
those.
forgot to be like, let me go to the bathroom, have my coffee in the morning, like enough time to chart in between. Like, I'm going to be here for a few hours even after this, so that's okay. So be careful what you wish for. Yeah. I'm very blessed.
Yeah, it's a good busy.
But remember to put stipulations.
Yeah, when you're asking the universe for things.
But that's all I got. I can't think of a question for you.
Okay. Maybe next time.
As always, we always say, like, please let us know topics. We struggle for topics. I always try to find things that we can both talk, because I don't want to be the one talking and all the time. And I'm begging staff to come on and tell their perspectives. Even if you're out there and you are an expert in something that can help with this field, like, come in, comment on these things, and let us know what you want to hear, education or things, And, we used to do like Thursday nights or Wednesday night little hour classes, like once a month or every other month, just to learn about layering or skincare or things like that. I feel like I need to get back to those.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
And just having those, But so if you have ideas. Yes,
we would love to hear them. I have a list of topics that we go through, but we struggle every single time before filming.
I just have so much stuff I want to get out, but I never want to bore you.
Yeah, we need a nice middleman, because I think, like, you are thinking, because you're in it, you think very high level. I think very super low level. We need help connecting in the middle. So we have some topics and things for in the future and things like that. But yeah, that is all I have.
And I just want to say, we do free consultations. Yes. Give us a call, 517-662-4193. You can also book online. So you can go to our website, kissyfacemedspa.com. Make sure you put medspa.com in it. Please believe me.
I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, right. And you can get a consultation, book online. You can book on through Facebook. I think it has a booking link, and our Instagram. So yes, come in and get a consultation.
Yeah.
I will chat your ear off for a whole hour.
Mm-hmm. And then, at the very least, what you get out of it is education and maybe just a plan of action.
And I'm okay, and I say that in every consultation, and I'm okay if you just leave here with education. I will give you my hour. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not taking any money from you to just be educated.
Yeah.
Truly.
I appreciate that as a person.
And everyone's like, charge. And I'm like, I can't, your information's gold, your expertise is gold. And I'm like, I just need to know if we're a good fit.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So give us a call.
Yep. Call, text, all that stuff. I do want to actually put a disclaimer in here. Our plan is to have an episode at least once a month. If we can do multiple a month, that would be amazing. We are just busy people. The world is a busy place. Thank you for being patient since our last one. We filmed it at the end of May, so it's been over a month.
And I'm having people ask now, like, we're waiting for the next episode.
Yes, I've had a couple people too in real life come up to me.
I'm like, people are watching it?
Right, yeah, so it was a weird confirmation of like, oh, people are actually watching this. So our plan is to do at least once a month in the future. If we can get more done, we will be posting more. I'm trying to be more active in YouTube and TikTok and all of that stuff. So it's a commitment that we will make as long as you guys make a commitment to keep watching and give us topics and things like that.
And let us know you're watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're putting these out there, and I'm like, no, and nobody like, do.
And that's like, why no, I feel like. It's why I feel like no one's watching, is because we don't get a lot of action online, but in person, people come up to me and talk about it.
So real quick, and I know we tried to end this, but I just did a whole round of interviews, and 3 of the people I interviewed out of like 17, we need to do a story on that too. But was like, oh my God, I watch your podcast. I was like happy and embarrassed all at the same time.
Yeah, it's really weird in person.
Isn't it? Because I'm like, people are listening and watching.
Yeah,
me.
it's like, oh my God, you saw that. And I'm not embarrassed of it, but it's like, that's an internet thing.
Yeah.
Don't bring that to my face.
But it's nice. Then I'm like texting, oh my gosh, Devin. Like I had 3 people that said they watch. Oh my God, people are watching it.
Yes.
It's not me watching it, racking up the numbers.
Exactly, yeah, because I do watch them a couple of times. I watch them when I edit a few times. I watch the final product, and then when I upload it, I watch it as a viewer in YouTube so I can see what it looks like. On that note, we will see you at a time very, very soon.
Yes.
At the latest, we'll see you next month. So it's been a very busy summer so far for both of us. So yeah, like I said, we will commit to at least once a month. If that changes, we'll just let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, depends how the world's going. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching and for listening to the Barefaced Truth. We will see you next time.
See ya. Pew pew.
I love it.